I want to tell my so-called disciples, if you still call me master, please listen well. If you do want to survive, please prepare many things, like prepare solar flashlight, anything solar that you can, and then prepare food.
Yes, Master.
At least it lasts for 2 weeks or months or more if you can. Those that will not be rotten soon.
Yes.
And if you're using some of them because the date of expiration is soon, then you buy new ones to replace it in your pantry or in your cellar, wherever you put your food. Those you don't need a refrigerator, like rice, dry noodles of different kinds of beans, dry beans or canned beans and canned food and dry food. You save some for yourself in case really an emergency breaks out. I do hope not. Please pray that whatever I say to you is wrong. But just prepare in case. Who knows?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Now, prepare food and prepare something for an emergency, warming the house. Look on the internet to learn many things that you could survive with in case of an emergency.
Yes,
Master.
In case atomic bombs or nuclear bombs explode somewhere, even if not too near you, and of course, especially if near you, don't go out. Don't go out for as long as possible. Depends on where you are, of course. Just stay indoors. Eat whatever you have in your pantry. It's safer. Don't try to go out and look for food or take things from the agriculture fields. They are contaminated and you will be breathing in contaminated air. Just stay put inside the house, if you can, or anywhere inside, okay? Stay put.
Understand?
Yes, Master.
There is something also called anti-radiation drugs. I don't know how effective it is, but you guys can try to see if it's good. Then you can also prepare to have some at home in case.
Yes, Master.
But if a nuclear weapon lands within 50 kilometers radius near where you live, then you don't eat anything in the field for at least many weeks or months on end, because it will be contaminated by the radiation of the atom bomb or nuclear bomb.
Okay, Master.
Understand, Master.
Knowing what to do in the first hour of a nuclear attack might just mean the difference between life and death.
An atom bomb destroys or injures in 3 ways: by blast, heat, and radioactivity. These, then, are the weapons of the atom bomb that we must protect against.
According to Jeff Schlegelmilch, Deputy Director at the National Centre for Disaster Preparedness,
if you see a nuclear flash, the first thing to do is get behind a barrier in case the shockwave comes.
bear in mind the shockwave is travelling at hundreds of kilometres an hour, so you won't have long to find cover. Radiation safety specialist Brooke Budmeyer recommends sheltering behind something that is structurally sound.
When I think of where I would go for protection from prompt effects and from the blast wave in particular, I think of the same kinds of things that we do for tornadoes. Be in an area where if there's a dramatic jolt, things aren't going to fall on you.
If you do manage to survive the shockwave, things sadly don't get much easier. It's now a real race against time.
You will have some time to take action to keep you and your family safe. The biggest thing, get inside, and stay tuned.
The likelihood is that you'll have somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes to find shelter. First off, don't stay in your car. The metal doors and glass windows are going to be way too thin to protect you from gamma radiation. Mobile homes won't offer adequate shelter either. Instead, try to find a basement or a larger multi-story building. Remembering the key factor is putting as many thick layers between you and the fallout. We're talking concrete or brick here, so nice-looking glass skyscrapers or homes built out of wood and plaster aren't your best bets. If you're in a city with a subway system, heading deep inside would also offer a decent level of protection. Assuming you've made it inside somewhere above ground, avoid the top floors. All the fallout is going to settle on the roof, and the whole point of going inside is to stay as far away as possible from those pesky dust particles that are emitting dangerous levels of gamma radiation, which could lead to radiation poisoning. Instead, get to the center of the building. If there's time to close off areas where fallout might enter, doors, fireplaces, air conditioners, windows, then do it. Okay, let's look at a slightly different scenario, one where things didn't go quite so smoothly. This time we've abandoned our car and sprinted to the nearest sturdy-looking building, but fallout might be starting to land around you. If you think it is, the best thing to do is cover your nose and mouth with a rag and close your eyes. Stumbling around like this won't be easy, so in this example, it's taken 15 minutes to actually get inside. Did any of that fallout land on you? Is it in your hair or on your clothes? It might be, which means you're at risk of getting acute radiation poisoning. Carefully remove your outer layer of clothing. This can remove 90% of radioactive material. Put it in a plastic bag and leave it somewhere far out of the way. Take your time. Wiping your kit off too quickly might shake free any radioactive dust, and that's not going to help anyone. A shower would also be quite handy. By all means, treat yourself to some soap and shampoo to help wash yourself off. But avoid using conditioner. It'll bind radioactive particles to your hair. Even if there's no shower, wash your face, hands and any body parts that were uncovered using a sink, damp cloth or wet wipe. Again, the key is using plenty of water and taking your time. The last thing you want to do is scratch yourself and allow radioactive material to get into your skin. By now, it's likely an hour has passed, which means that the radioactive fallout outside will have already decayed by 50%. Within the first 24 hours, it will have given up 80% of its energy, going up to 99% after 2 weeks. But remember, if the radiation was high enough to begin with, that 1% could still be dangerous. So staying indoors for as long as significantly possible reduces your chances of contamination.
If you have any farm or any land around your garden, use it to the maximum to plant a vegetable every time. And if you don't have, then maybe you squeeze together and keep one room free. And in that room, you grow vegetables. It doesn't have to be big deal vegetables. Any vegetable you eat, most of them, for example, even cabbage, if you take out all the leaves, in the middle there's a core. If you don't cut too deep into the core to damage it, then you just plant it in the earth and water it. It will grow.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I promise, it does.
Yes.
I did that before. It helps. It really grows. And even peppermint, you take out some leaves already and just a stem left. You plant it, the little branch, you plant it in the soil, it will grow again. And vegetables like bok choy and stuff like that, you just cut the leaves and leave the end of the bok choy or the vegetable about 2-3 inches and then plant it again.
Yes, Master.
It will grow out just as new. And broccoli, core, everything. I did that before.
Yes, Master.
I think I might have some photographs somewhere. They grow out of them. They grow again like new. In no time.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Master. Yes, Master.
It really grows. And you can buy a lot of seeds, a lot of beans, and begin growing vegetables already. I mean, the beans can grow sprouts. And even in shortest cases, the bean sprouts and the dry beans are enough for you to consume and to survive.
Yes, Master.
Understand, Master.
And beans and seeds don't go bad so quickly. You can always keep growing them and eating them instead of going out to buy vegetables, because in emergency times, there might be no shops, no vegetables for you to buy. And store some water in containers, gallons or something already.
Yes, Master.
Okay, yes, Master.
And in the case of emergency, just keep them to drink, not to bath or anything. Maybe just clean teeth but not bathing. Maybe just use a wet towel to wipe your body whenever needed. It doesn't have to be every day.
Yes, Master.
Understand, Master.
In Buddhism, the monks take a bath every 2 weeks. I do the same, and it doesn't matter. It's okay nowadays. Of course, if I have to go out and lecture, then I have to make myself more clean. But I feel clean the way I'm doing it. And you don't have to eat 3 meals a day if you don't work so hard, you don't go out or anything. Normally 1 meal is enough. You just eat until you are happy, and that's all you need, really.
Okay, Master.
Understand, Master.
Understand, Master.
And if you don't have any money to store a lot of food and fancy things, you just buy like brown rice and sesame already roasted or even maybe raw, and then you roast it yourself if you can. If not, just buy roasted sesame and eat it with brown rice and salt. So store some of these. It will last a long time.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
But the brown rice doesn't last as long as white rice. So you buy both. So you eat first the brown rice and then the white rice you eat later.
Understand.
Okay, Master.
Keep sesame and peanuts. Those things have a lot of protein. Even if you cannot cook anything, you can eat them with rice.
Understand.
Understand.
And then you have enough nutrition to survive.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
I have done that for 3 months at least. When I did not have any so-called disciples, I went on retreat like every monk should do every year, 3 months, all the rainy season. And I ate only brown rice, sesame, and some salt. And at that time, I could afford a bottle of soy sauce, and I added a little bit for taste. Otherwise, it's brown rice, sesame, and salt is good enough already.
Understand, Master.
And look on the internet to learn from other people how they grow their vegetables in the house, inside any room, with even buckets or even plastic bags or any discarded bags, anything they grow in, how they grow them and how they harvest and use them.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I'll grow it on the balcony, grow it in even your big bathroom. I did grow, soy sprouts in my bathtub before.
Wow.
So all this, I tell you, is from my own experience also. You can grow anything inside the house and put them next to the windowsill or on the windowsill or next to the window or spare one room. Or also put them in your living room just as a plant, just as a decorative plant as well.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
It doesn't have to be planting any other plants. You can plant your vegetables as decorative plants so that you are ready in case of emergency.
Understand, Master.
If there is nothing else you can buy, or it's not possible to have any money, or nobody would accept any money, just keep growing them. Even if there is no emergency, you still can eat them.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Yes. Every day you need them. Anyway, you have to go to the supermarket to buy them. And nowadays, food keeps getting less and less available and more expensive. So you can grow them easily, very easily. All the plant needs is just soil. Any soil, from the garden, or you buy from the shop and mix with some soil in your garden or some sand. And if you have garden, you have trees, then you can use the leaves to compost.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
Master.
And anything like when you mow the grass, you just put it in the compost together with the leaves and put some soil and some things, and it will be fantastic already.
yes,
I don't have all that luxury. I did not have. So at that time when I planted, I just put tea leaves, the tea bags that you drink.
yes,
Yes, Master.
You put in your cup to make tea, and the bag is still there.
yes,
You take it out, and then put it on your plant.
yes.
Oh.
They grow like crazy. So truly, we don't need a lot in life. If you don't have anything to eat, make sure you have brown rice, sesame, and salt, and you will survive.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
And water.
Thank you, Master.
And make sure you keep some of the water filters so that in case the water becomes contaminated or dirty, you can filter the water and cook it or drink it straight without cooking. It depends.
Yes, Master.
Understand, Master.
But I always cook the water even if it's filtered. I feel safer that way. I feel better. You should buy canned food. So no need to cook in the event that we don't have even electricity or gas or any means of cooking. Have to prepare for all scenarios. You have to even train your pet people to do their business inside somewhere in the bathroom or with some piece of maybe artificial grass or anything that they will do their poo pee inside. Because in the case of nuclear or atomic explosion, the pet people cannot go outside because they will bring the toxic radiation into the house when I come back in. And that will be bad for all of you, including the pet people. There are so many things we have to do if we want to survive. In any case, it's some demonic evil war between humans. So say whatever you can and be as independent as possible, because you might need to be in that position, in that spirit of self-cultivation, self-harvesting, and taking care of yourself so that you can survive.